Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 8 properties, and I'm going to give you the highlights and some of the things that I saw when I went through the list. 1045 Nadalin, 315. It's a Madeline built building and 2-bedroom, 2-washroom, right on the corner of Louis St. Laurent and 25. And so I like this unit because it's on the top floor. It's got a nice view of the escarpment compared to what you get at Maple Crossing in Bristol and Maine, the Sutherland buildings. I think it's very comparable in value. In fact, I think the finishes are a lot better than the usual unit that you'd see in there. The floors look good. Breakfast bar, the room sizes aren't on here, so it's hard to tell you if the master's a good size based on the photos. I have some concerns based on other buildings that Madamie's built in Burlington about wood frame construction, and I drove past this one, but I didn't really pay close attention to how they're actually structurally built. But I would definitely take a concrete building any day over wood frame. And it's always something to think about when you're attached to a neighbor. You need to really think about what's between you and that other person, because if there ever was a fire, it can make a big difference. So $266 on the maintenance fees aren't bad for the size of this unit. You're probably 30 cents a square foot. They will go up in the future. It's very common. And the other bonus is you're getting 2 parking spaces. So all in, it's got a lot of value. It's well priced. 32 Pine is the next one. It's our listing. It was wrapped up in conditions for most of the month of December, and what the buyers were looking into is whether or not they could expand this home, if they could build on the property, and the answer is yes and no. It's in a hazard zone because it's one of the lower lying areas in town. It's in a floodplain area, but it hasn't flooded in like 50 years in town. But because of the low-lying elevation, there's from an insurance perspective, they always say, well, what's the worst case? So the bottom line with this one here, it's a bungalow, it's 3 bedrooms, it looks great inside, the land is huge. You can probably expand a little bit on this one, maybe even go up 2 stories, but you're not looking at significantly changing the footprint of this property. That was the lesson that came through all of the research and talking to conservation and the town of Milton and everything else. You've got lots of parking in the driveway here. If you had a boat, this is absolutely ideal. You could have the boat go right into the backyard. There's a shed, and then there's a bit of an upslope in the land on this side. Inside, you've got a very open concept main floor. You've got these nice exposed beams. You've got the bedrooms are nice size. This one's a little bit smaller. There's your 1 bathroom. And then the basement is a crawl space. It's a little bit low-lying ceiling. The owners have done a lot of work to make sure that basement remains nice and dry, which is one of the concerns with any home built before World War II, is that you have foundation walls that are basically permeable. So you've got to really do, if you want a dry basement, you got to do a lot of work. And these guys have done it. Nice big backyard, great for kids. I imagine kids kind of tumbling down this backyard as it gets snowy. So a lot of value here, huge amount of land. You could walk to Main Street. It's 1 street away. I think the location cannot be beat, and it's a very cute property. I think about this as a great alternative to a condo, let's say in like 100 Millside. You get all the land here and the outdoor space, and you get a good amount of living space that's not overwhelming to clean. Farmstead, number 82, is not a bad deal at $434,800. The thing about this one, though, is it's not very open concept. The kitchen, the wall on this side ends up closing off and not allowing a lot of flow between the kitchen and the family room. And I look at these photos and I think that, well, I'm a little hungry like the wolf.
Touch with the ground, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Smell like a sound, I'm lost in a crowd, and I'm hungry like the wolf.
825 Shepard, $469 is the price. It says it's approximately 2,000 square feet. 1860 is actually what it is. It's called a Townland by Madeline. It looks like it's got some pretty nice laminate floor in the front. Laminate can go anywhere from basically value-wise being similar to carpet all the way up to being, in some cases, even better than hardwood because it can be more durable. But it looks like a decent place. The kitchen looks good. And yeah, there's not much else to say about this one. 4 bedrooms upstairs plus plus laundry, and then you've got a very quiet street. This is one of those streets that we think about as being a very good place to play street hockey, because unless you live on Shepard or you're visiting, you don't have to go on there. So nice. I think this one will do well. Menifee is listed at $509, and it's a townhouse, so there's not many townhouses that go up into this range. Even a lot of semis have a hard time. It does have a pretty nice floor plan. It's got kitchen and then the layout and then family room. The nice thing about the way this is configured is every room gets a great view of this, what's behind, which is a pond. We'll show you that in the last photo. Parquet, any kind of flooring if you want to rip it up. You're looking at the cost to get rid of it. And then I usually budget about $5 a square foot to purchase the hardwood, and carpet might be about half of that, and then maybe about $1 to $2 to install. So top of my head, hardwood, I usually say it's about $7 a square foot, more or less, to get it in there. So upstairs you've got 3 bedrooms. If I'm seeing a townhouse, I'd like to see 4 bedrooms if it's over $500,000. And you can see they're probably growing out of it. If there's 2 beds in 2 kids' beds in one room, probably looking to upgrade to a larger home. Great views here. Let's see what happens. Not many townhouses have gone up into this range, and let's see what's up with it. 909 Hepburn is the award winner for probably the worst photos so far of 2015. I'm sure that they are going to get beat at some point as we move into even the month of January. But they're really bad, and it's a shame because this is a really good home, and I think it's priced really well too. 2237 square feet plus a finished basement, and they've got that's in the basement. That's better than most people's kitchen upstairs. But the thing is, they have a baby bath underneath the dining room, so it ends up looking kind of disheveled. Like even the stuff in the corner here, it's just, it could have been better, and it's unfortunate because it's not a discount house. You'll see that in the kitchen. This is the front room here, and here's the thing, like, what's the identity? Like, you've got almost like kind of a more mature place for dolls, and then you have, a kid's table here. So these are all things that, you've got to have a single identity for rooms. You've got to keep things simple. It's a huge ensuite in this home. Cleaning up the toys, it's so simple to do, and it makes such a big impact. I mean, you're selling an asset that's almost $600,000. Effort. Even going to a job, and if you imagine you paid yourself $20 an hour or $50 or even $100 an hour to get this stuff done, it usually pays for itself. So I don't know what this one is. It looks almost like a Craigslist ad for the dresser. Dry cleaning, just hanging up. This is one of the better photos here. If possible, it's good to put away the treadmill, but I think this one is going to show really well. A towel on the seat. This kitchen is a pretty impressive kitchen. It's only an 8-foot ceiling though. I mean, this model looks absolutely amazing with a 9-foot, but they're darker cabinets. You've got your granite, you've got California shutters on the back window. I think it's a really good deal, but the thing that has to happen is that the first showing is online. If you don't impress people online, they may not come see it. So I hope that that's not the effect that this one has, because I think if you go in person, you're going to be impressed, and it certainly aligns with the values there for sure from what I can see on paper. So there you go. Good deal, not the best presentation. So that's the episode. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or if you want to see anything in today's list, just give us a call at 905-693-9346 or send us an email. and we are definitely glad to help you in any way we can. Chuck Charlton, Milton Daily Homes, and we'll see you tomorrow with another episode.